Hi darlings, Miss Sugar Kane here, and today I have a tutorial for all of you on a 1940s Pachuca hairstyle that was inspired by his vintage touch. I hope you all enjoy it. So I only recorded just me curling the last section of hair just so the tutorial is not super long. So the curling method that I use, I separate the hair and then take my curling iron and hold the hair in place as I wrap it around the barrel and then use the clamp to hold it down. Afterwards, when the curl is ready, I take it out and wrap it around my fingers so that way I can just pin curl it and it's good to go. So sometimes the end of my hair doesn't always curl so well, so I just go in and touch it up again, just pin curl that to set it. So this method of curling is crucial in ensuring that the vintage waves come out. So this is why we wrap the hair around the barrel and then use the clamp to hold it down. A little bit on the thicker side, I hold the curling iron on my hair a little bit longer and set it overnight. That way my curls last a long time. So now that my curls are all finished, I go in with the Suavecita grooming spray to give it a little more grip, and then to help keep my curls in place overnight, I use my silk scarf to just wrap my head. That way I'm able to go to sleep comfortably. March winds and April showers make way for sweet flowers, and then comes moon and dew. March winds and April showers, romance will soon be ours, an outdoor paradise for two. Alright, now it's time to start removing the pin curl clips so I am able to brush through the curls and style them. So I remove about 2 to 4 curls at a time, and I take my teasing comb and kind of back brush them and tease them a little bit so that way when I brush through them all they blend in better. I now take that section and just brush through it all and kind of make the waves pop out a little bit more. So every time I remove the curls, I kind of give them a back comb, and then when I am ready to blend them all together, it's a lot easier, and then it makes the waves a little bit more fluffy. So as you can see, I do it section by section and kind of just work my way to the top. This way is the easiest, that way you make sure that all the waves are created, and that way when you get to the top you can just kind of blend it all together. March winds and April showers, romance will soon be ours, an outdoor paradise for two. so I just quickly styled my hair and I was good to go. After work, I released my hair from the hairnet, that way I was able to just keep my waves in place. So I take my teasing comb and section off my hair just about the front portion on both sides, almost to my crown. Make sure that both sections of hair are even, that way you can divide it equally later on. At this point, I'm just brushing through my waves once again to kind of just smooth everything out and make it look nice and even. To avoid getting hair mixed in with the sections, I put those sections on top of my head so that way I can brush through my hair without worrying about that. So I use duckbill clips to clip off the waves in the back, that way when I'm back combing the rolls, it doesn't get too messy. And for my bangs, I kind of just give them a little spray and kind of comb them up. That way when it's time to blend them in, they'll blend in a little bit better. After brushing through them, divide them into 3 sections, making the middle section just a little bit bigger, and section off the other 2 side portions. Start off with the top section first and start back combing it. At this point, I'm taking my Betty bangs and kind of just clipping them up and clipping them upwards. That way when it's time to blend them in, they will want to at least stick up a little bit more. Now I'm just taking the section and rolling it with my thumbs inwards and using a bobby pin to secure it, and then using my thumbs to spread it out evenly and kind of make like a little U shape. So take your time at this part. You want to get it nice and even as much as you can. And then when you find the desired shape that you want, go ahead and bobby pin it. It doesn't have to be too perfect, and if hairs stick out, it's okay because we're going to be securing it with the hairnet anyways. Once you get the desired shape you like, go ahead and spray it with hairspray to secure it out and kind of smooth everything out. I'm now taking the right section of hair and back combing it all the way to the top and smoothing it out as I roll it down. I'm taking a duckbill clip and holding it in place while I put the hairnet on the middle section. Now taking your hairnet to secure the bumper bangs in place and make sure that no hairs pop out. And in order to secure it, I use mini bobby pins and just stick the excess parts of the hairnet inside the bumper bang. I'm now removing the duckbill clip out of the right section and now blending it in with the bumper bang. So I'm not putting bobby pins directly inside of the roll, but more so on the top of my head and just smoothing everything out and blending it all together so it looks like one big roll. So when I'm going in and doing the same thing with the left section, I'm just teasing it all the way to the top and smoothing everything out. This side is a little bit tricky because my Betty bangs and like my little baby hairs are exposed and some of them don't like to stick up. So as you can see, I have a lot of little baby hairs in this section. So at this point, I'm just smoothing out all of the sections and making sure everything is blended and secured in place. I'm now taking out the bottom duckbill clips and smoothing out the waves at the bottom, and then giving it a little spritz and taking a hair flower and just putting it in the center. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. This hairstyle was a little bit of a challenge with my Betty bangs, but I absolutely love this look and get compliments everywhere I go. If you want to see how I do specific hairstyles, feel free to message me, and make sure to follow and subscribe.